Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is the 25th video of a playlist for cloning a Disney Plus website using MERN tag. In this video, we are going to make the list, details page, and maybe some action feature like for example the delete and update. In here I already got my Visual Studio open it and along with the client, admin, and API server run it. Let's see, for making this list details, let's go to the list details .jsx in here. And also, like usual, we are going to just change this div with a React fragment. And then we will have a list. Inside of here, we will have a div class name equal to list. And then inside of here, we will have div a div with a class name equal to list title container. Inside of this container, we will have an h1 with a class name equal to list title. And for the text, I'm just going to change it to a double quote here. And for the text, it's going to be product. But below of that, we'll have a link to, and for the root is going to be new list. I will enter, and then inside of here we will have a button with a class name equal to list add button. And then here we'll have a create. For the text is going to be create. Below of this list title, we will have a div with a class name equal to list top. And then inside of here we will have the class name is equal, it's supposed to be a div. It's supposed to be a div here. Wait a second. Whoops. It will be a div with a class name equal to list top right. And then inside of here we will have a div with a class name equal to list with a class name equal to list, and then info top. Then inside of here we will have an image with a source equal to list details.image. And for the alt, I will just keep it empty. I will just make the temporary data for the list. Here I'm going to import the use state first and then use the snippets. This list is going to be list details. It will be just some empty object here. After we have the list details, it's supposed to be lowercase l. List details.img. It will have class name equal to list info img. Now below this image, we will have a span with a class name equal to list name, and then we will have a list details.title. Let's save it. Below of this list top right will have list info. It's supposed to be a div, not a dir here. It's supposed to be a div with a class name equal to list info bottom. And then inside of here we will have a div with a class name equal to list info item. Inside of here we will have a span with a class name equal to list info key. And for the label it's going to be id. And then for the value is going to have class name equal to list info value. And then the text or the data is going to be list details.id. Underline id. It's supposed to be underline and then id. We are going to copy this list info item. Here I'm going to duplicate it. The next one is going to be year. And then here we will have year. Let's save it. After we make the year, I will make a new list button. So outside of this list tab, I'm going to make a new div with a class name equal to list button, and then instead of here, as same or similar with the movie one, inside of the button we will have a form with no action and no methods, and for the class name is going to be list form, and then inside of this list form we will have a div with a class name equal to list form left. Inside of this list form left we will have a label with a class name equal to list. Inside of this label will have no class, and for the text is going to be list title. Below of this label we will have an input. That input is going to be text. For the type, for the placeholder is going to be list form left, and also in here for the here we will have a list details. Wait a second for the list details, and then but above of this list details we'll have a cons location is equal to use location, and then first we have to import it. Wait, why there is no suggestion for it? Maybe I will just going to import it in here manually. For the list details is come from link, and then use location from React router DOM. Let's save. Oops, it's going. I will save it. And in the set list details, use states below of this location. We will have a cons with a list that's cons is going to be list ID, and then location dot state dot list ID. But for the context, I will just make it. I will make it later after we done creating this form. After the list title, we will have the content here. After the title, I will just copy the label and the input. For the next one is going to be content, and then below of this content we are not going to use input, but we will use select. It will be multiple, so the user can choose a multiple selects. For the name is going to be content, and then on change. For the on change is just going to be a null for now, null, and then for the style is going to be style is equal to height is equal to 280 pixel. Let's save it. Now inside of the select we will have a mapping function, so let's just delete this rect fragment first, and then movies.map movie is equal to an option. Wait, okay, this movies.map and the function this movies option, we will have an option. For the value is going to be the movie underline ID. For the text is going to be movie the title, and also for the key here, the key is also going to be a movie underline ID. Let's save it. And what if we try to edit one of this? I mean this one, because we just have one list for now. What if I click edit, and here we got some error. Here we got link is not defined, so we have to import it from the React router DOM. Let's save it and see. We still got some error. Let's see in here. Movies is not defined. Oh yeah, of course there is, because we didn't set the movie. In here we are going to have cons, and then movies, comma, dispatch is equal to, wait, it should be dispatch. Wait a second. For the dispatch, it will be dispatch movie, because we are going to have a two dispatch in here. Dispatch movie is come from the equal to use context. We will import it first, and then this one come from the movie context. Wait a second. Maybe I will just copy it from here, movie context, and then paste it here. What if I control click it? Wait, there is no file named that. Oh yeah, because in here we have to add extra close, extra outside of the folder. If I click this now, for context, okay, now it is already linked. That means our import is like, after we have the movie path here, we are going to have cons dispatch. So this was the default dispatch. Dispatch is come from the use context, and then this one is going to come from the list context that come from here. I will just going to control D here. It will be list context, and for the folder is going to be list context. Let's save it. Now let's see in here. If I refresh the website, and then here we got our default view of the page. So that means there's no error now. And also, let's close this movie context. Now what we are going to do is going to be, let's continue for making the form. So in here, after we have this select, I'm going to make a new div outside of this list form left. And this one is going to be class name equal to list form right. And then instead of here, we will have a list upload. So it will be div and then class name equal to list uploads, and then instead of here, we will have an image. That image is going to be list details.img. Instead of up below of this image, we will have a label, and that label is going to have HTML4 file. For the text is just going to be empty, and instead of here, we will have a type. For the input, it's going to be type is file, and also for the ID is going to be file. Style is equal to display none. Let's save it, and then below of this list upload, we will have a button with the on click even here, and this will be a null, and for the text is going to be update. Let's save it and see in here. If I refresh the website, you will see that we got just like this the form, because we don't give it style anymore. We don't give it style. Now let's add the style to it. The first thing we are going to style is going to be this list. For this list, it's going to have flags is equal to 4, and then padding is going to be 20 pixel. Let's save it, and now here for the list title container, for the for the for the uh, for the display is going to be flex. For the align items is going to be center. And then for the justify content is going to be between. Let me see here, we got between. Let's save it. And for this list add button here, we are going to add it width is equal to 80 pixel. For the border is none. Padding is 5 pixel. Background color is going to be oops, it's supposed to be BG, or background color is going to be blue, and then 600 or maybe 900. For the text color is going to be white. For the border radius is going to be MD. For the font size is going to be 16 pixel here. For the cursor is going to be pointer. Alt Shift F. Oops, it's supposed to be Alt Z. Let's save it. After we add the style for the list add button, I will add it to list top here. For the display is flex. For the list top right here, list top right, it will have flex is equal to 1. And then let's save it. After that, for this list top right, we'll have padding equal to 20 pixel. 20 pixel. Margin is also going to be 20 pixel. Let's save it. And for this list info image, I will add the width is going to be 40 pixel. For the height is going to be 40 pixel. And then for the border radius or the rounded is going to be a LG maybe. And then for the object is going to be cover. For the margin right is going to be 20 pixel. 20 pixel. Let's save it. After we have this list, after we style this list info image, I will give the style to the list top. Let's search it, list info top in here. I'm going to give it flex for the display, and then for the items, align item is going to be center. For the next thing is going to be list name. For this list name is going to have, whoops, it's supposed to be, I will add a new class. And for the text, it will be font is equal to semi-bold. Let's save it. The next one is going to be list info bottom. Here we have it. For this one is going to be margin top is 10 pixel. And then the next one is going to be this two list info item. It will have width is equal to 150 pixel. For the display is flex, and then for the justify is going to be between. Let's save it. Now we are going to have list info value for both of these two. It's going to have display equal to flex, and for the justify content is going to be between. Let's save it. Now let's see in here, list form left. For this list form left, we will have display. For the display is going to be flex, and for the flex direction is going to be column. After we give a style to this list form left, we will give a style to this label here. So it will have class name equal to margin bottom is 10 pixel. And then for the color, text color is going to be gray, and then 600. Let's save it. For the input here, for the input, we are going to give it class name equal to, let's see here, class name is equal to margin bottom is 10 pixel. Also in here, I should put it inside of the arbitrary block. After that, I'm going to give it border none, and then for the padding, it's going to be 5 pixel. For the border, it's going to be bottom, and then 1 pixel. For the border, it's going to be gray, and then 600. Let's save it. After that, for this select here, I'm just going to give it class name equal to margin bottom is 10, is equal to 10 pixel. Here I also forgot to add or to put it inside of an arbitrary block. After that, here let's upload. For this image, it will have class name equal to, let's upload image, and then it will have width is equal to 100 pixel, height is also going to be 100 pixel, and then for the border radius or the rounded, it will be MD, and then for the object is going to be cover, and for the margin right is going to be 20 pixel. Oops, it's supposed to be 20, not 200. Let's save it, and then here we are going to give a style to this list form right. It will have flex, and for the flex direction is column, and then for the justify content is going to be between, and then for the list button here, I'm going to give it class name equal to list button. It will have border is none, padding is 5 pixel, border radius or the rounded is going to be MD, and for the background color, it's supposed to be BG. Our background color is going to be blue, and it's going to be 900. For the text color is white. Font weight or for font weight is going to be semi bold, and the cursor is pointer. Let's save. Now let's see how it looks in here. We got our button here. It is down below. Maybe there's something wrong. In here, it's supposed to be class name, not class name. Let's save it, and now let's see how it looks after we change it. So we got our image here, but for the content or the content input is still not right. Let's see here, we got our class name. For this one, let me see the input in here. And also if I scroll up here, we got our height, and it's supposed to be just a H. Let's save. And also for this list info value, we don't need this justify between, so I will just going to delete it. For this flex, it will just have font weight is equal to, let me see, for the like is 300, so like it is. Let's save it. Now let's see what is the change when we update it. We still got our content big in here, and also for this content we got a null. We got a null or maybe empty movie inside of that select. Let's see in here, movies, That is because in here we are not already setting up the movie, so I'm going to use effect in here. First I'm going to import it and then run. Whoops, it's going to be get movies and then dispatch movie dot and this, and for the parameters it's going to be dispatch movie. Let's save it and see in here. Let's refresh the website. Then we got all of the movies instead of this content select. What we get is an error, so let's see here. Get movies is not defined, so let's import it from the API. There was no suggestion for that, so I will just going to copy it and then paste it here. Save. And now let's see how it looks. Now after we import the get movies, let's refresh it. We get no error. This part, now we get the error. Module not found. Can resolve movie context API calls. We have to add the extra dot slash here. Let's save it and see how it looks and see if that will work or not. We still got the error. Can resolve context, and it should be context, not context. Let's save. Refresh the website again. Now we got the page, but we still didn't get the content. Let's see, instead of here, we got one error. Internal server error. Let me see here. Called not proxy. That means maybe there was some error instead of here. There was oh yeah, I accidentally closed the API server. Let's run it and then see. Now what we get. Open up the console again. Inspect. And here we don't get any error. We got all of the movies, but in here we still got the empty content select. Here we have the movies dot map and then movie. We have the option value. For this list uploads, for this list form right in here, it's supposed to be around. And also for this list uploads, it will have flags. And then for the item or the align item is going to be center. And for this list form will have a flex. And then for the flex, and then for the justify content is going to be bid win. Let's save it and see if we refresh the website. Now finally we get our list title, and then we got our content select in here, but we still didn't have our select. And also for the image is a little bit messy. Let's see, for the width is 100, height is also 100. Like center, let me see here. That is because for the class in where it is, wait a second. Okay, so here it's supposed to be one error, not two. And also we are going to delete this margin right at 20 pixel. And now let's see how it looks. Press the website, and now we got our image and update button in the right position. But for the movies here, it's still empty. Let's see in the used effect here. We get our dispatch movie and then get movie from the API calls from here. And if we look up inside of the console here, You know that we get all of the movie, but wait a second. What is this? Oh yeah, let's refresh it and see in the network movie. Wait, let's refresh one more time and see when we now should get the right data, because yeah, wait a second. Here I already run. Oh yeah, so accidentally I have my another API running. I have to I have to turn it off first and then run my main project here. Backend server is running. Let's wait until the DB connection is successful. And now let's refresh the website one more time here. If we go to the movie, now we get the movie that we have inside of the database, but inside of the website we still get nothing. And also for the placeholder inside of the title input, it might be wrong. Let's see. And here input placeholder. Okay, so it's supposed to be list dot title, list details dot title. Okay, let's save it. It's supposed to be empty now. Yep, because we are not already getting the data from the list. But for this content, it should be some data appearing, because in here we already set the get use. We already use epic and then get movies. We already passed the dispatch movies. Okay, so instead of this mapping, we put curly brace. It should be parentheses, because if we use curly brace, we need the return function to return something. But if we use parentheses, it will just instantly return something instead of this. So let's save and see. Finally, we get our movie list in here, or the movie select in here. And I think that's it for this video. Maybe in the next video we will make the context or the process backend for this for this list details, and also the update and delete function. So thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also turn on the bell notification. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.